Well, you can't talk about Notre Dame lacrosse without talking about Kevin Corrigan and the role he's meant to this team. He's made a name for this Irish program. He's led them to a national championship. He's led them on to a new season that starts right now.
And it starts today for the Irish. Fourth meeting between these two programs. Irish winning all three. Cleveland State picked 7th in the ASUN preseason poll. They're 1-1 with a overtime win versus VMI and a loss last weekend to Ohio State. Quickly moving in, shot and a goal for Jordan Faison. The storyline coming in makes his mark on this 2024 season.
Well, what a year of this athletic season it's been for Jordan Faison. Everyone was expecting him when he came to campus to make his name as a lacrosse player, but he had an outstanding season as a wide receiver for Notre Dame football in the fall. Quick move to the inside here and a beautiful shot that beats the goaltender Justin Dallum clean. Gives Notre Dame a 1-0 lead just 38 seconds in.
It has been an interesting offseason for this Irish lacrosse team. They have not one, but two of Notre Dame's past bowl MVPs. Tyler Buckner also transferring in from Alabama. He's also on the sidelines for the Irish. Two very notable football stars in their own right have found themselves under Kevin Corrigan's guidance.
And two players in very different situations. Obviously, Faison, a 5-star recruit who came into Notre Dame expected to make his primary impact in lacrosse. Buckner, meanwhile, hasn't played competitive lacrosse since he was in high school.
Kavanaugh. Working with it. Front of the cage. Drops it down, tries to go for bouncer. Is Walker, and it's unsuccessful. Kavanaugh closest behind the cage.
Well, good to see Bryce Walker back on the field. He missed the second half of last year's season with an injury. Had 6 goals in 10 games, so was off to a very good start to his junior campaign, and obviously now as a senior, looking for a full healthy season this year and a strong one at that.
Start play back off. Not a reset. And it's 38 seconds on the possession clock. Big check down low. Finally, a ground ball pickup for the Irish. Walker sneaks it back into the attacking zone.
Notre Dame only with 13 to shoot here. They've got to move quickly.
Where do they look to? But Kavanaugh behind the cage, coming around, loads up and fires. What a shot from Chris Kavanaugh.
Well, he scored 4 goals when Notre Dame faced Cleveland State last year, and they did a great job defending Notre Dame on this possession. They were physical, they were aggressive, but with star players like Chris Kavanaugh, you give them just the tiniest bit of space, and they're going to take advantage. With only about 10 seconds or so left on the shot clock, he's able to fire this one inside the far post and give Notre Dame a 2-0 lead on 2 shots.
Chris with 46 goals last year, first on the team. His quest for 47 here in his junior year, already beginning. Lynch picks up the ground ball after the faceoff. Tried to get it back to Entenmann. Entenmann well out of cage and out of the crease.
Well, Randy Colley holds the all-time record for Notre Dame in single-season goals with 49, and you know Chris, after coming so close to that number last year, is hungry to set that record all for himself, and to do that, and especially do it potentially as a junior, would be absolutely incredible, especially considering the success that Notre Dame lacrosse has had over the years.
Austin passes it out in front of the cage to Zwagerman. Zwagerman drives in, ricochets off the cage. Loose ball finally picked up by Gallagher, the freshman making his first career start for this Irish team.
Another football connection there. His grandfather, Bill Sr., played lacrosse here. His father, Bill, played football. Or is it the other way around? His grandfather played football. His father played lacrosse.
Irish will set up on offense. Kavanaugh made to look for a run around Cage. Pulls off and hit the brakes. Faison back with it. Already has a goal here today. Kavanaugh steps back the other way. Now off to his brother behind Cage. Kavanaugh passes off to his brother. Goes back to Dobson. Free to shoot. Picked up by the Irish. It'll be a possession clock and a turnover to the Vikings.
Well, back-to-back really good defensive possessions for Cleveland State. They were able to hold a pretty strong Ohio State team to 13 goals last week, certainly a respectable tally. They've struggled in their history against ranked programs, though only one win for them in 24 tries. That came back against Air Force in 2019, so definitely a tough, difficult task for them in this game, but starts with them on the defensive end, making some plays, and they were able to force Notre Dame to the outside throughout that last possession before giving it back right here.
Last year, Cleveland State 6-7, going 4-5 in the ASUN. Last year in the ASUN for them as well before they transitioned to the Northeast Conference as becoming an affiliated member of the conference. So definitely a lot to look forward to for this Cleveland State team.
Well, they were an independent team a few years ago. They were one of the 6 charter members of the ASUN. It's now up to 10 teams and took a big step forward from 2022. Back-to-back 3-win seasons before getting to 6 last year, 4-5. Respectable number in conference play. And obviously hoping to take a bit of a step forward here before moving on to a new conference.
And German, the head coach of the Vikings, been part of it all. Trying to go for a quick feed inside. Dallum has a ground ball pickup. Irish suffocating defense right now. Dallum out of Cage.
Move it.
Miller trying to work through the defense and now turned over quickly to the Irish. They're on the run. Kavanaugh holds up, hits the spin, trying to work around the defenders. He'll wait for numbers and set up the offense.
Great pressure for Notre Dame there. They had 2 guys on the ball on both sides of the field, and you're forced to make a lot of quick, short passes if you're going to try to beat a full press like that, and they put Cleveland State in a tough spot, and they weren't able to navigate it.
Walker will step into the attacking zone. Kavanaugh loads, fires off the pipe. Irish closest there will inbound.
You hear the sound of that ball as it whizzed by and out of play there. That is not a shot you want to get in the way in.
And for this Cleveland State team, they also have to find some offense as their 2 top returners in Hine and Matthews didn't return back ultimately, but the goal scored for the Irish has returned, and it's a big one. Irish up 3-0.
Another rifled shot there from Jalen Seymour, and even if you wanted to get in the way of that shot, it's hard to. Notre Dame off the inbounds play. They work it from low to high. Seymour given a lot of time, able to load the stick back and just let this one fly. A rocket of a shot. 5 goals for him last year. He's a goal scorer, only 1 assist on the season last year, and off to a good start in 2024.
And recorded his first assist of the season in the national title game against Duke. Start coming into his own the back half of the year. Picks it right back up here in 2024.
The only 1 game played for him as a freshman in 2022, and he was one of the couple of guys for Notre Dame last year. Weren't one of the star players, but those guys who fill out those depth roles and have to play key minutes for you. Those are very important. Notre Dame obviously has the star power last year. They have it again this season, but you need the guys around them to support them, and Seymour, a really solid player who is key to Notre Dame's success.
Entenmann up out of Cage. Irish begin their attempt to clear. Goes unsuccessful as the pass runs out of bounds.
Good pressure by Yergo there on the sideline to force that turnover. Already 4 goals for him this year. He's been one of the Vikings' best players coming out of the gate.
Vikings looking to set up the semblance of an offense. Yergo, Week 1 ASUN Player of the Week. So led all scorers with 4 goals versus their overtime win versus VMI. Quick pass out to Austin.
That is one advantage for Cleveland State coming into this game. They've already gotten a couple games under their belt, so they aren't shaking off the rush. They've got some more chemistry built up. And so they're hoping that experience for those first 2 games prepares them better for this one, as opposed to if they were coming in cold and this was their first game too.
Gets tangled up. And Valley does. And a turnover for the Irish to get back on the attack. Irish starting to move in quickly. Parlay.
Well, attacking against this Notre Dame team is almost like the same approach you have if you're playing baseball. You've got to be thinking about what you're going to do before you have to do it. You have to be ready because they are very aggressive, certainly. And if you don't have at least 1 or 2 plays, if you don't have at least a couple plays mapped out in your mind of where you can go against this defense, it's going to be tough because they're really good at taking away teams' primary options.
Kavanaugh tried to go for the underhand. Underneath, a little BTB action trying to come from Taylor. Unsuccessful.
Was down with the hustle there to win that race for it. They also, you talked about how Cleveland State lost their leading scorers from last year. They also lost their starting goalie, Cameron Logan.
And Dallum played on Saturday against Ohio State. Walked away with 12 saves. Only allowing 13. A 13-6 loss to the Buckeyes.
Only 93 seconds of college lacrosse experience before this season. It actually came against Notre Dame last year. So he's at least familiar with this atmosphere.
.540 left to go here in this first quarter. Vikings looking to get some offense. Robertson. Pass low. Lagerman. Austin. Lubrin. Lost ball for a quick second. Picked backed up.
6 to shoot.
Goes off the cage as the shot was attempted. Possession clock will reset for the Irish.
And Cleveland State did a better job on that possession, moving the ball around. They were able to spread out Notre Dame's defense a little bit, but trying to cut in front of the Irish net is a difficult task, and never were able to get a shot on goal.
Kavanaugh. Back on to Walker, who steps on. Walker. Great. Down to Kavanaugh behind cage. Durham. Kavanaugh trying to look to the feet in front. Walker loads, fires, and scores. Irish out to a commanding 4-0 lead over the Vikings as they begin their title defense here in 2024.
Not just for this season, but also for the future, with helping to mentor some of the younger players and give them some advice as well. Always great to learn from the best, and Notre Dame has some elite talents to help make this program better, both both now and also going forward.
Off the whistle. Vikings able to gain possession. Miller. Berkey now. Chevalier. Passes it off to Austin. Austin looks for the dish out to Pollard. Pollard backing off. Berkey loses footing, tries to send a shot that goes errant. And Irish pick it up in the stick of Ramsey. Ramsey has speed, and he's got an open Iowa cornfield to run. Looking for the feed inside, looking. A big block for Dallum. Big stop from Dallum, but now the question, can the Vikings turn that into offense?
Hey, just run flags. Wheel.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Jake, Cleveland State losing some of its top scorers. Last year they were 44th in the country out of 72 schools in terms of goal scoring, so about middle of the pack, and obviously still trying to find their identity in terms of which guys are going to be able to step up for them so far.
O'Brien. Shot goes wide from Robertson. But this offensive possession is set up by Dallum in cage.
Yeah, a couple big saves from him tonight. A beautiful pass there into the middle and a quick shot as well, too. Justin Dallum so far solid on this season. As you mentioned, a tough opponent to face in the last game in Ohio State, and he more than held his own against the Buckeyes, and obviously with the big overtime win against VMI as well. So just a sophomore, so he's still getting used to being the full-time starter for this team, but showing the ability to make some big saves.
Austin loses it. Picked up by the Irish and Alakwa.
You got about a 10-second difference between game and shot clock, maybe a little bit less than that. So Notre Dame can almost hold for last shot here.
Got it back into the hands of Eric Dobson, U.S. Lacrosse preseason midfielder of the year. Sharpshooter anywhere around cage and from any distance as well. Got to look for number 8. 50 seconds now to the end of this first quarter. Load up, fired, and stopped by Dallum. A great job, but Dallum stuck outside the cage. Now he's got to go running back, and an errant shot goes wide. Now the Vikings have an opportunity with 33 seconds.
I think Notre Dame had a little more time there with the empty net to get a better shot away than they did, but this sequence starts with a great stop up high by Dallum. Getting the stick up, making his third save of the quarter.
Austin with 10 seconds, holding it to the very last minute. Austin trying to work in. Loads and fires, and a big stop from Entenmann to close out this first quarter. Kavanaugh shining along with Entenmann, the name brands for this Irish team staying.
Room to bounce back as well with the change of scenery. You said it, Jake, the rich get richer, and Notre Dame looking as strong as ever to start this game.
Hagstrom picks it up and off the face-off, tried to go right for it. Kavanaugh trying to stop it. Now the Vikings back up with it and into their stick.
good run on defense right now for Cleveland State. They haven't allowed a goal in about 5 minutes or so. Some big saves from Dallum at the end of that quarter, trying to generate some momentum.
Shot goes high from Robertson. Wyatt Robertson, the freshman, had his first collegiate hat trick on Saturday versus Ohio State and has been aggressive so far today. Already with 2 shots.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year, Cleveland State had a couple guys, and Amiri Austin and Xander Johnson make the ACCN all-freshman team, and Robertson certainly looking like a candidate early on in this season to join them.
Here we go. Pass out quickly. Ubran. Awesome, trying to work off the check. 14 seconds now. 10 seconds. Ball loose. Possession horn will sound. Enton will scoop it up. Start the clear for the Irish.
Some really good work there by another Notre Dame freshman there in Sean Light, who's someone that Kevin Corrigan mentioned as one of their most game-ready freshmen. And so he's expecting to play a solid role for them this season. And of course, another Notre Dame football connection with him. Cousin Todd Light used to play at Notre Dame, made it to the NFL as well.
Quickly in, and a shot and a high score for Jordan Faison. 2 goals already.
Well, there you see the speed that makes Jordan Faison such a special player. No matter what sport he's playing, he showed it off on the football field in the fall. At the first goal of the first quarter for Notre Dame, and just accelerates right in. Cleveland State actually did a pretty good job, I thought, at limiting the high danger looks for Notre Dame in that opening quarter. It was really Notre Dame's shooting talent that overwhelmed them. But here, Faison with just a burst to the middle of the field, and there's not much Dallum can do about that.
What can't this guy do? Tony, the Tigers Sun Bowl MVP, already has 2 goals on the season opener for the Irish.
And last time he stepped on the field, 115 yards on 5 catches for a touchdown, and comes right back. He's got 2 goals in less than 20 minutes.
Talk about sheer athleticism. That's what Faison has. And a lot of what this Irish roster is consumed with, and that's athleticism, because that's how Kevin Corrigan likes to play lacrosse.
Yeah, they're a team that can beat you multiple ways. We've seen them be very physical on defense, but also the speed element certainly present.
Kavanaugh fades down low. Taylor fakes out Dallum.
Well, the Kavanaugh players are the headliners for this Notre Dame team, but Jake Taylor is one heck of a supporting actor, and certainly more than that at times. 30 goals for him last season, gets his first here on just a beautiful feed, and back-to-back A-plus looks for Notre Dame, and Taylor having some fun with that one. Took his time to walk in, fakes high, gets Dallum to bite. And after Cleveland State did a good job of holding things together defensively for a little bit, Notre Dame with 2 quick strikes.
Everyone remembers Taylor's record-breaking game of 8 goals versus Syracuse. And what put his name on the national map was that game, and ultimately proved to be, like you said, Andrew, one of the best in the country.
Well, this time a year ago, he was on the sidelines recovering from an ACL tear, and that game against Syracuse was actually his first career collegiate start. And to do that, certainly in a game like that, is absolutely incredible. And he's a special player for this Notre Dame team. 27 goals in 2022, and
Irish leading 6-0 after Coach Corrigan takes a timeout to talk things over with his team. Campus of the University of Notre Dame, and gives way to a beautiful dome shot. And it's been tailor-made for Jake Taylor so far in his career, as he has worked his way up from 2020 all the way to 2023, and now 2024, where he's looking to have, once again, another top year.
Yeah, 57 goals for him over these last 2 seasons, as you see, and someone who's quickly jumped into a scoring role as Notre Dame scores again.
It's a big score for the Irish, leading 7-0. And it is Taylor with another one. Speak it into existence.
They get 59 goals now over 2 seasons and less than a half for Jake Taylor. Pretty similar to the last goal, too. Getting inside. This time, instead of faking, he goes with the quick high shot. And Notre Dame's offense, once again on fire, as they've now scored on 3 straight tries.
Taylor was flirting with the crease, able to keep his body out of it. However, the officials...
We might be getting another timeout, potentially.
Goal stands off the challenge.
The ball stands. Notre Dame goal, his second of the game. Scored by number 13, Jake Taylor. The assist, number 51, Pat Cavanaugh.
Quite the battle for that face-off.
Goal scored by Taylor.
Out of bounds. It rolls.
Well,
And another stoppage.
Timeout, Cleveland State.
It'll be a timeout for Cleveland State here now. To championship weekend in Notre Dame, Duke, Virginia, and Penn State. They're the top 4, but it's then also Big Ten and Johns Hopkins and Maryland closely behind with Cornell as well.
Yeah, Johns Hopkins, a team that Notre Dame beat on its road to the national championship last year, and easy to remember easy to forget because of how things played out in the NCAA championship. Notre Dame didn't even win the ACC last year. It went to Duke, with Virginia having the same record as the Irish in conference play, so there's not a lot of separation between those teams right at the top.
Why the ACC is the pinnacle of men's lacrosse. See it reflected in the national poll. Cleveland State trying to get the donut off the board. Looked for a goal. Austin. Then the player this team has turned to tries to string around Cage. Stuck in behind. Goes for the dish off. Austin passes up. Blocked shot by Parker on the load from Pollard.
Notre Dame was at its stingiest last year in second quarters, only 29 goals allowed, an average of less than 2 per game, easily their fewest of any quarter. Going to be tough for the Vikings to break through. A good stop there from Entenmann.
Loose ball picked back up from the Vikings.
Shot clock did reset after that save, so plenty of time for Cleveland State to work with.
Robertson. Looking to find an outlet pass. Robertson, the All-State honoree. He loads and fires off the stick of Entenmann. Robertson, the freshman from Littleton, Colorado. Irish with Walker. Back to the attack. Seymour. Dishes inside. Gray. Step forward. Cavanaugh. Dishes in front, and it's a score again for Taylor. A hat trick for the graduate student.
We talked about the need to make aggressive passes for Cleveland State and make them quickly to break Notre Dame's pressure. Well, that's what Notre Dame does to the Vikings here, playing a bit of turnaround. Alex Van Voorhis tries to make a challenge to the ball here. 66 in black is going to make a move towards the passer, and that frees up Jake Taylor on the back post. And what a quick catch and release. The goalie, Tender Dallum, isn't even really set for that shot. No chance for him. And Jake Taylor with the second quarter hat trick after being kept off the board in the opening 15.
Finished the season with 11 straight games of 2+ goals. picking up where he left off last season, already with 3 here today to kick off 2024.
And we mentioned 27 goals for him the year prior. He did that in only 7 games played. Led that Notre Dame team in goal scoring despite missing a good chunk of the season. Just goes to show you what a special player he is and someone who is certainly a star in his own right.
Kavanaugh. This is off to Gray. Gray goes low. Dallin blocks it. Irish look to reset.
Good job there by Dallin reading the shooter. Gray did not show him a high shot, so Dallin was able to stay low and make a save there.
Faison looking to get it to Seymour for his 4th. However, a pass ran too high. Dobson looks for the cutter in front, blocked by Dallin. They'll say no goal, it didn't enter. Dallin with the big stop. Dallin out of crease. Now the Vikings and Austin have an opportunity. Try and make some magic on the offensive side. Here we go.
There you go. Watch the slip.
Shot goes high and out of bounds. Then Forrest goes wide.
Here's a look at that near 9th goal for Notre Dame. Another quick pass inside and attempted behind the back shot there from Kavanaugh, and Dallin did a good job to stop it. That carom had some backspin on it and nearly rolled in, but a good job by Dallin getting down to his knees quickly there.
Vikings with a tussle in front of the crease. Entenmann coming away with the...
Yep. Luby's coming here.
Then on cue, Entenmann does the same.
Quickly making the move. Irish get it over half field. Ramsey. Pass off to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh looking in low. Goes high. Dallin trying to step away with it. Behind the back shot. Unsuccessful for Taylor.
I like the patience that Chris Kavanaugh showed there. He kind of double clutched that a little bit and didn't let the low percentage shot go. Held on to it, made a really nice play to set up Taylor. And a couple good stops in a row there for Dallin.
Irish looking to show their creativity on the offensive side.
Box, Riley. Stop on. Stay in it, Bryce.
Robertson.
You're good, CP.
Lagerman. Vikings slowing up the pace on the offensive side. Austin, pre-PA major, has it switched sides of the field. Looking for the cutter inside. Van Forest. Austin picks it back up. Ground ball pickup from Pollard.
7 to shoot.
Van Forest with a shot that goes into Entenmann's stick. Good luck from Williams. Once again, Entenmann, nation's top goalie from a year ago, comes up big. Entenmann also on the All-ACC preseason honoree. Whistle sounds as Coach Corrigan wants a timeout to talk things over as they lead 8-0.
Well, defensively, they've just done a great job of keeping Cleveland State to the outside. They just really have not given up many quality looks so far. Lee Menteman's had to make 1 or 2 difficult stops, and for the most part, all the saves he made have been on outside perimeter shots. And then offensively, you see the ball movement right here. Fantastic.
Faison with the spin move, goes for the pass, finds the dish, and goes low for the shot and goal. Wow, what a look from Kavanaugh.
Well, there you see what makes Devin McLean such a special player and an impact addition to this Notre Dame team in the transfer portal coming over from Brown. Just a beautiful job to weave his way through some traffic. And this is a couple goals now in the second quarter where it's really been all about the pass for Notre Dame. Just hooks this one over, a little patience from Chris Kavanaugh. It was the goal scorers who made their mark for Notre Dame in the first quarter. A lot of overpowering shots that beat down from some range. Here in the second, they've been spreading the ball around expertly, and a slam dunk there for Chris.
Irish right off the face-off. Get it back to Entenmann. Will start to make a push for the Irish as they begin to clear. Pass back to Riley Gray. Seymour. Pass in behind Cage. Kavanaugh. Hits the brakes. Passes wide. Walker tries to go for the pass. Too high. Notre Dame this season has, once again, a tough upcoming schedule as well throughout the years. We talk about the ACC being so strong. The Irish pick it back up quickly. Parker on the run and on the attack. See those top teams in UVA, Duke.
Yeah, every team in the ACC ranked this season, and also a couple non-con ranked games as well. One coming up in less than 2 weeks against number 12 Georgetown, and then later in the year, they go on the road against Cornell. Notre Dame's final 5 games this year will be against ranked opponents, 4 of them in the top 10, and 3 of those 5 games on the road.
Faison with speed, starts dashing, and wow, what speed from Jordan Faison.
I mean, you can see the athletic ability. It pops for sure, no doubt about it. And a shot there that did miss by quite a bit, but you love the burst of speed and the confidence from the young freshman. Showing off his skill set, already 2 goals tonight, and he's looking like someone who's going to be a difference maker for Notre Dame this season, which isn't easy to say on a roster full of them.
And a big score for McLean, the transfer from Brown, getting his first collegiate goal in an Irish uniform.
And there's another one of the new difference makers right there in Devin McLean. I mean, he has looked sensational, especially in this second quarter. Posting, and you can hear the shot from up here. Notre Dame, this is how they scored a lot of their goals in the first quarter, just getting guys with a little bit of space, even from distance. The shooters on this Notre Dame team are so deadly. You give them time and space, and they're going to make you pay, even from range.
Irish in face-off circle. 2 battling it out. Finally picked up by Donovan.
He scored on his own net. He just scored on his own net. He just lost track of which way he was going.
And lost it to Entenmann. And Cleveland State on the board with an own goal. Wow. A tough play for the Irish defensively that gets Cleveland State on the board.
Well, certainly not something you see every day. And Will Donovan, a sophomore with the long stick, was able to win this battle. And he just got turned around and forgot which way his team was going and puts it into the empty cage. It's not something you see often, certainly, and a rare mistake for this Notre Dame team.
Under a minute left to go in this first half. Gray. Steps back to his right. Trying to create some space. Closely guarded by Miller. Irish are looking to get back their own goal, and they respond quickly. 11-1 Irish.
Well, that's how you make up for a mistake. And a veteran team like Notre Dame that may not have seen a play quite like that before, but they've seen plays go wrong before, and they know how to pick themselves up. And nice for them to get that momentum back right before the half.
Jeffrey Richard-Adelli walking away with the score.
Just skips that one in there on the move. An excellent shot. By the way, that own goal does count against Entenmann's save percentage, so it does count as a shot. So he's allowed one goal against on 8 shots, and so that does go against his save percentage.
Poor Entenmann, way out of cage on that
certainly
one.
Not his fault, obviously.
Faison back with it with 15 seconds. 9 seconds now for the Irish. Damon. 1 second. Look for the feed, and as the horn sounds, it will count. Kavanaugh putting a mark on this first half for the Irish. Irish leading by 11 after one half of play as they begin their title defense. From the Irish, and take a look at the first half stats. It's been all Notre Dame.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost doubling Cleveland State up in shot. As mentioned, the one goal was an own goal, so Liam Entenmann hasn't even beat at all yet. Notre Dame, the physicality, you can see it there too. 25-6 on ground balls. They won the turnover battle as well. Really, Cleveland State's best chance of winning this game coming in was forcing Notre Dame to make mistakes, and Notre Dame has been able to avoid that. They haven't taken any penalties against a Cleveland State team that was top 15 in the country last year in man-up percentage. And Notre Dame has played a very clean game so far, other than the one own goal, and obviously they're in very good shape as we start the second half.
Cleveland State looking, try and get on the board with a goal from their offensive unit. Yergo, hot scorer from week 1. ASUN Player of the Week with 4 goals versus VMI.
Did that on just 7 shots too, which is only the 5th highest total on
Austin loads and fires. It was only a matter of time, and Austin hits the pipe and finds the back of the net.
Great shot there from Amiri Austin. We've seen a couple post and in goals for Notre Dame. Cleveland State gets a breakthrough there. Austin cutting down the left side is able to fire across his body and put that one perfectly off the far post and in. Knew it was going to take a perfect shot to beat Liam Entenmann the way he's been playing so far tonight. And there was one right there.
Austin with his first goal of the year. Only had a goal last year. The redshirt sophomore. Lynch. Crosses sides of the field.
And Austin, someone you'd expect to see on the score sheet for Cleveland State. We mentioned all freshman team a year ago with 5 goals. Had a very strong season. Irish looking for the feed inside.
And it's a goal. What motion for this Irish offense. The streaker hits the back of the net.
Yeah, it's really been clinical for this Notre Dame attack. One of the tops in the country a year ago. Third in the nation, averaging 15.5 goals a game. And you can see why with the motion there. And Devin McLean in his first game with Notre Dame, but it looks like he's been playing his entire career with the Irish. He's fit right in perfectly and gets 2 goals so far already in this game. And has been a big difference maker for Notre Dame with a couple of assists as well.
Now lacrosse is in his blood. Dad played lacrosse at Penn. Cousin plays lacrosse at Duke.
Brother plays at Brown.
Lacrosse is just something clans do, and they do it very well. Irish back onto the attack. Clane back with it. Dobson steps off to his left side. Feeds to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh with the pass to McLean. His brother, behind cage, keeping possession.
Irish started with 2 hat tricks so far in this game from Chris Kavanaugh and Jake Taylor.
Feed inside.
Wow.
Add another one, and it's Jordan Faison with now a hat trick of his own.
Well, I was just about to say, 2 guys on hat trick watch in McLean and Faison. Seen the speed with him with the ball, but this time the speed plays a role with him away from the ball, just dashing right into the middle there. And this is just an absolute thing of beauty. A one-touch shot basically there. That ball is in and off his stick in the blink of an eye on that feed from Pat Kavanaugh. And Jordan Faison looking like a sensational new addition to his Notre Dame lacrosse team.
Coach Corrigan talked about it preseason. He was impressed with where Faison was in his lacrosse playing ability after devoting all fall to football and being a walk-on turned scholarship player as the season went on.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, maybe you could have wondered if putting all that time and energy into football might take away a little bit from the lacrosse prep, but no, sir. He has looked as dialed in as anyone on this Irish roster so far tonight.
Had the opening goal of tonight's contest. Has since then shined for this loaded Irish team.
We asked him of the freshmen who might compete for playing time, and he was one of the guys that Corrigan mentioned. And you can certainly see why he did.
Kavanaugh. Pass to his brother. Now to Gray. Gray taking a step forward with the streak off the bounce. Dallum is there. Kavanaugh will go scoop it up. Irish retain possession with 38 seconds on the possession clock.
It's a nice stop there for Dallum, and just an important one as well to try to create some momentum.
And Gray creating momentum of his own. 15-2 Irish.
You know, Dallum's made some nice saves in this game, but Notre Dame, you can just see overpowering him and the Vikings throughout this contest. And Riley Gray made 7 starts last year and had hat tricks in 3 of those games, but in all 16 for Notre Dame, and a good low shot here that just beats Dallum to the far post.
Riley Gray, hat trick versus Georgetown last year, picks up his first goal here on this season.
Last year was the big breakthrough for him. 8 goals in 18 games played over his first 2 collegiate seasons, or his last 2, I should say, and then 16 last year in as many games. 5th leading scorer on the Irish a year ago, and finds the net for the first time this year.
Talking point. Throughout the season, Irish returned all top 5 of their scorers from a year ago, and really something to be said for their title defense. Shot quickly off the stick of Viergo, goes wide. Irish able to go quickly moving forward. Irish begin their clear. Now Dobson. McLean. Faison back with it. The speedy freshman darts in with the pass to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh with the pass off to his brother, who loses it with a physicality. And this is why you see the ground ball disadvantage for Cleveland State. It's been Irish being physical at any point of turnover.
And it really led right to a goal there. That ball bounced high in the air right up in front of the net. If it could have been pulled down cleanly, it would have been an empty cage to shoot at.
Faison thought about it. Off the pipe, a snipe from Dobson.
But he's just about the only mainstay from last year that hasn't gotten going yet in terms of the goal department. 34 of him last year for the USA Lacrosse magazine, preseason midfielder of the year. And it's had a bit more of a quieter game so far in this one, but certainly only a matter of time before he breaks through.
Ball trickles out. Pick back up, a smart play.
Non-Q was Dobson there getting that ground ball.
Kavanaugh looks for the pass from the streaking Taylor. Has a hat trick himself today. 15 seconds left on the possession clock. In front, and it's a score for Taylor.
Just another beautiful goal there from Jake Taylor. Had 2 4-goal games last year. He gets another one here, just cutting quickly to the front and just able to find a bit of a lane to drive through there. Cleveland State's got some guys there. They think they've got him covered, but she's able to duck in between so quickly and let the shot go all in one motion. That difficult play for a goaltender to read, and the Irish in full control of this one.
Officiating crew will come together at the face-off circle. Officials today, Scott Rogowski, Nick Adamski, Terry Nitcher. Irish able to win the face-off off the whistle.
There's a face-off violation there on the Vikings. Mentioned face-offs were one of the few areas where Notre Dame was not spectacular at last season, but they've been very strong so far. 13 of 19 won so far today.
Seymour. Look for the pass out front. Looking to Gray. Gray comes dashing in. Load in the fire from Walker. Irish stay on the attack.
Give some credit to Dallum for continuing to fight in this game. It has been all Notre Dame in this third quarter, and Irish have scored some goals in this frame, but certainly could have a lot more if not for some big saves.
Gray was looking for the upper 90.
There is that last stop. Hitting it with the left hand there on that shot from Bryce Walker.
Taylor, again, make it 5.
Well, that one was a defensive breakdown for Cleveland State. Taylor just standing all in front on that play. Didn't have to really cut through defenders or anything like that. Just too easy there from Notre Dame's leading goal scorer on this night, tying his season high from a year ago with 5 goals. And doing it all from virtually the same spot on the field.
Jake Taylor, don't let him sneak in front of you. He's going to make you pay.
And a well-deserved rest for him and some of Notre Dame's other top players.
Face-off violation against the Irish. Gets the Vikings the ball.
Seymour getting the assist on that goal. That ties his total from a year ago. Had the 1 assist in the national championship game against Duke. That was the first of his collegiate career, and now he's got number 2.
Here we go. Passes off to Austin, who has one of the 2 goals for the Vikings today. Loose ball picked up by Entenmann.
It was a good cut by Lubrink, who a couple seasons ago had 3 goals for Cleveland State, just couldn't handle that pass. Would have been a dangerous shot if he could have.
Yeah, Mary. You're good, Greg.
Irish will get some fresh legs onto the field. With under 6:40 left to play in this third quarter.
Obviously, this is an important time for Notre Dame going forward this season right now. You got some guys who are going to get some extended playing time here over these final 20 minutes or so. And obviously, game 1 of the season, your lineup certainly isn't set for the rest of the year. So, chance to see who has it.
And who has it is a big shot from Bussengill. Was able to load up and get the goal. Irish leading 18-2.
Sitting pretty right now, up by a comfortable 16-goal margin.
Still with another quarter to play as well for the Irish. They lead comfortably.
And that goal for Buzenkel, the first of his collegiate career. So congratulations to him.
Buzenkel, sophomore.
Just got a quick look at Tyler Buckner there on the field. Notre Dame Lacrosse for the first time.
Illustrious saga for him. Quarterback for this football team, followed then offensive coordinator Tommy Rees to Alabama. Started a game for the Crimson Tide and then announced he would transfer back to the Irish and play. Kevin Corrigan, a storyline that is a load and a fire from a shot from Barham from downtown.
Well, Brock Behrman was another one of the freshmen that Corrigan mentioned that he thought could get some playing time early in this season and play a role for this Irish team. A 4-star recruit who wires this shot from the outside, and first collegiate goal, obviously, in college game number 1. Back-to-back goals for the Irish, first career tallies. What a shot it was.
Way to welcome into 2024. Irish right now just showing you the depth they possess. This game trails on later into the second half.
Nice work there by Charlie Williams, one of the captains for this Cleveland State team, staying with that ground ball off the face-off and getting possession for the Vikings.
Robertson. Out of here. Brings the ball into the attacking zone. Vikings trying to create something. Robertson. Trying to make a move forward. Entenmann and a quartet of Irish defenders step out of the crease to make the stop.
I believe that was Ross Bergmaster who made the initial contact there to deny that net drive by Anderson, who only stands at 5'7".
Ground ball pickup for Ramsey. Now, Vikings on the clear. Day one of the five captains for this Vikings team has a wealth of experience up and down the roster. Pollard tries to go with the step forward. Hesitates back. Loose ball. Finally picked up by Conlon. Transfer from Holy Cross. Playing last year with the Irish. 16 caused turnovers. Second on the team a year ago.
Good chance there. Quick setup for Notre Dame. I believe that was Ben Ramsey in front, who had 7 goals a year ago.
Walker.
Ramsey with the screen there.
Ramsey back to the top. Takes a step forward. Dishes the pass off. Broken up just outside the crease and picked back up by Ramsey. Finally, ball into the stick of Croy and the Vikings with some suffocating defense.
Yeah, good opportunity there for Cleveland State to be physical, and they certainly took advantage of a crazy sequence there. I don't know how Croy saw that ball pop up in the air, but good job to win possession back, and chance for Cleveland State trying to get their second goal of this quarter.
State finishing up 3-game road trip to begin their season here today before returning home. Change of possession on the foul called against the Vikings.
They have their home opener coming after this against High Point. Get 10 days off after this, so an opportunity for them to rest up. Later in this year, they'll take on Utah, who Notre Dame beat in the first round of the NCAA tournament a year ago.
.113 left to go in this third quarter. Quick hesitation. Buzzingkill. Passes off. Spinome. Finley. Brings it high, loads, and fires wide. New goalie for the Irish stepping onto the field, and Alex Zempf, junior from Wallonia, New York. Played in 8 games last year, had 14 saves. He's onto the field replacing Liam Entenmann.
And made those saves on just 21 shots. A strong .667 save percentage, obviously in limited minutes, but played well when called upon.
Vikings, off the cause turnover, have Berkeley.
And they can hold for last shot here. Get a flag out.
Remember the shot clock.
Now Robertson.
I think there actually might be 2 flags out. One on the near side, one on the far side.
Cloggerman. Horn sounds. Now flags flying at the end of the quarter. But it still doesn't diminish from the 17-goal lead the Irish possess as they head into the fourth.
Yeah, it's Jake Bonomi, one of the transfers Notre Dame picked up coming over from Michigan, who scored 13 goals last year for the Wolverines, scored at least once in 12 of 17 contests, but he's going to sit for 30 seconds here. Cleveland State was very good, a man up last year, 48.6%. That was 12th best in the country.
Not going to make their EMO. They load one up, and it's a score with the extra man. Off the stick, Van Horace. They take advantage.
Well, we said earlier in the broadcast that one of the areas that Notre Dame struggled in, one of the few areas last year, was their play with a man down. Notre Dame last year was tied for 41st in the country, and a rocket of a shot here from some distance out of the stick of Alex Van Voorhis finds the back of the net in 8 goals last season.
Already has now his third of this young 2024 season for this Vikings team. And now, Irish win the faceoff after the wing box penalty.
Cleveland State goal scored by number 66, Alex Van Voorhis.
Irish
Assistant 29.
looking to continue their dominant evening.
Cleveland State goal by Van Voorhis.
They get 2 for 5 now in the man up so far this year for Cleveland State, so 40% for them. Gavin Held had their other goal with the EMO.
Quick dish inside, goes high, and it's a shot and a goal for the Irish for Michael Ridgway.
We talked about this fourth quarter and this stretch for Notre Dame being an opportunity for some guys who maybe hadn't played a ton in the previous seasons, or some freshmen to get opportunities to step onto the field. And Michael Ridgway's 2 games played over his first 2 seasons in college lacrosse with the Irish comes inside and shows off some nice hands here to get his first career collegiate goal. Third different member of this Irish team to do so today.
Also a changing goal for the Vikings, as well as England steps into the crease.
Freshman from North Canton, Ohio, so getting his first collegiate action as well. And certainly a tough team to face for those opening minutes.
Notre Dame in the month of February is 35-4. Well, last year 3-0 as they beat Cleveland State, Georgetown, as well as Marquette. The second month of the year, and staying dominant so far here through 1 game in February.
And they'll get Marquette again in a couple days from now. Second game of the season in 4 days is at Marquette.
And a load and a fire from Bussengill for his second.
Well, the 4-star recruit, according to Inside Lacrosse, just picked a corner right there. That is a picture-perfect shot from Bussengill. Notre Dame has been able to score in a lot of different ways. We've seen them get inside. We've seen them fire some from more towards the perimeter, and that is just absolutely perfectly located right underneath the crossbar. Got some time to wind up and made no mistake.
No mistake about it. 2 goals already.
Yeah, 2 violations announced, 1 on each team. So they'll do the face-off.
Cleveland State able to win it, and quickly trying to go for the score was Williams after winning the face-off.
Yeah, that's the first save there for Alex Zepp since coming in for Entenmann.
Pass goes high. Over to Ridgway, who just scored. Lynch with the pass. Block by England.
Notre Dame was at its worst by goal differential in fourth quarters last year, but they were still plus 21. Gives you an idea of just how fantastic this team is when plus 21 is your worst performance in a quarter.
Another shot from Notre Dame coming from the stick of Bayman.
They nearly added another plus to their ledger in fourth quarters this season.
Irish setting up their offense. Regular starters on the sideline for him. A low shot from Ridgway goes out of bounds. Bayman will bring it into play.
Fulton Bayman, a great story for this Notre Dame team. Put up 5 points last year, but a couple of years ago between junior year of high school and the start of his NE collegiate career, he had 3 torn ACLs. And so the fact that he's not just playing, but being a productive member as well of this Irish team is incredible.
And he gets to score here. Bayman putting his mark on this defining opening win for the Irish.
Well, he was a 4-star recruit still, even with the ACL injuries throughout his career, and was obviously healthy for last season and cuts right in front here. 3 goals a year ago. He skips in his first of this season. And get a violation here on the face-off.
Flag will fly, though.
The assistant 25, Will Harris.
Fouls on Andrew Greenspan there.
Now on slashing. What the official will call. And now Cleveland State back with the extra man offense.
Wilma Harris getting an assist on that last goal for Notre Dame. His first clear collegiate point.
30 seconds to that game.
So made the second man up opportunity for the Vikings.
Horace tried to drop it low. Loose ball that's picked up. Now Zempf. Pass forward. Irish with 10:30 left to go in this fourth quarter. That's a dominant lead. Irish still looking for more, though, trying to set the tone in a big way here in 2024. Bonomi.
Notre Dame killed off the penalty, of course, so we're back to even strength.
Now the step forward. Shot goes high. Irish are there in the form of Doyle to keep possession.
And as you said, Jay, this is obviously a Notre Dame program with high expectations, coming off the championship with all the returning players, and it's not like that championship was a surprise for Notre Dame. They've been one of the top teams in college lacrosse for the last few seasons now. Obviously, the fantastic run that Kevin Corrigan has had over his 3+ decades with this program. 10 Final Four appearances, 5 of the last 6 years they've been there. Is a shot clock violation,
a possession clock violation. Turns it over to the Vikings, and for the Irish this year, they're in have a primed opportunity to defend their title, try and make it back to championship weekend.
Got another goalie change for the Irish, Thomas Richard Daly. Getting an opportunity to play, and certainly someone that Irish fans excited to get a look at. One of the top young goaltenders in the country, a 5-star recruit in the class of 2022. And obviously Entenmann, their starter for this season, but graduate student looking to the future. Giardelli could be the future netminder for this Irish team.
Trying to get everybody some opportunities and some reps. Irish will wait to get their offensive system on the field, begin to go to work. Now Ridgeway thought about a pass back off to Sforza. And a load and off the pipe. Reset the possession clock. What a shot by the Irish. All of them have been hard today.
It was wired all right.
Another shot that goes high. England provides a stop. Now Vikings trying to create some offense. Now a timeout will sound for Cleveland State. They want to set up their offense. Irish starting dominant here in 2024. Got the remainder of the fourth quarter when we come back. Should make for what should be a great 2024.
Well, we mentioned how good the ACC is, and you can see there, just based on the star power, 3 of the 4 nominees just that we're highlighting here coming from the ACC, including last year's winner in Brendan O'Neill, and one of the top scorers in the country as well, too. And there's some outstanding talents there that certainly could be in line for college lacrosse's most prestigious honor this season.
All those opponents, you see Cornell, Duke, UVA, all on Irish's upcoming schedule as well, should make for some marquee matchups. Why you'll find them on ESPN, ESPNU, and the ACC network throughout their season, as this is one of the last digital games for them this season as they begin their title defense in front of a national audience more regularly.
Duke, Cornell, and Virginia, all games Notre Dame plays during April, all of them on the road as well. So certainly will be a challenge for Kevin Corrigan and the Irish to shut those guys down, but they've been able to find a way in hard circumstances before. Obviously, national championship last year, they held Duke to a season-low 9 goals in that contest. It was a team that had grit. Look back to the UVA overtime win in the national semifinal. Team needed a late goal just to send that game to OT with their season on the brink. Team, when going gets tough, they get tougher. Will that 2024 team have the same dynamics and makeup? And a shot with the horn sounding, and it will count. A buzzer beater at the possession clock for Griffin Grant. Well, when it's going your way, it's going your way for Notre Dame. Grant with just 1 second left, firing this on net because he had to, and he's able to find some space in the top half of the cage. Sophomore getting it done, not playing last year, but the Vegas native with career goal number 1, as we've seen some new faces to this Irish program continuing to light it up in the second half. Second half has been a testing ground for the Irish sideline. Going to be Cleveland State ball here, the officials call.
Vikings looking to get going. 5:16 left to go and try and build some momentum before a long week off. They have their home opener against High Point.
Hey, LSM.
They turn it over and Irish pick back up.
And this Cleveland State program is still less than a decade old, only founded in 2017. We mentioned they started off as an independent. Their third and final year in the ASUN this season. Finished 7th last year, 4-5 in conference play. That's where they're predicted to finish again this season. And they've shown some flashes on defense in this game of being able to be stingy. Notre Dame obviously overpowering them on the grand scheme of things, but they had their moments in that area. Certainly, I thought they did a good job in the first quarter limiting some of the high danger plays. Notre Dame was able to kind of break them down a bit more as things progress, but a good effort from Justin Dallum in net too, obviously facing one of the top teams in the country, and he hung in there against a barrage of Irish chances.
And another barrage from the Irish. This time, it's Forzo walking away with the goal.
All kinds of Notre Dame connections for Ryan Sforzo, and he connects here on a nice shot, had the goaltender guessing, as England thought he was going to go to his right, instead went to the left and puts it into the net. Sforzo's parents, his father Chris and his mom Terry, both played sports at Notre Dame, lacrosse and tennis respectively. Also has some other family members who have played for the Irish in various sports. He's also the grandson of Dick Vitale,
ESPN broadcaster. Basketball. Under 4 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. That in, sisters on the tennis team here as well.
Yeah.
Some big Irish connections.
His uncle Thomas Krug played football here. His aunt Sherry played tennis as well. Irish through and through.
Big night as Irish men's basketball leading Georgia Tech at the half. Closing out the first half of play there. Irish looking to string together two-game winning streak. They beat VT on Saturday, trying to take down a Georgia Tech team they have already beaten once in Atlanta.
And the women's basketball team will be in action tomorrow as well. Big game for them. ACC implications as they move closer and closer towards the postseason.
Now they take on NC State in a 7-17 matchup.
And then in this building as well in a couple of days, women's lacrosse with a highly anticipated showdown. Number 1, Northwestern, the reigning national champs, coming in.
Another one. Bayman with his second of the night, and the second time the Irish are able to capitalize on the draining possession clock.
Yeah, 2 buzzer beaters in this quarter alone. They had one at the end of the first half as well. They've scored early in the shot clock. They've scored in the middle. They've scored late as well, as Bayman somehow finds some space there. That was a difficult shot from not a spectacular angle, but got a lot on it and was able to find the back of the cage.
And even into these concluding minutes, Irish finding themselves all the offense they can find. Buckner with the ball and on the field.
Remember before Tyler Buckner stepped on a football field for Notre Dame or Alabama, he was an 8th grader who committed to Michigan to play lacrosse. The talent's still there. Kevin Corrigan said he's seen it come out. Obviously, there's some rust for him to shake off, but said that Buckner's had a great attitude as well, and it has fit in really seamlessly with this team, and someone they're happy to have, and certainly looking forward to see how they can utilize throughout this campaign.
Someone he said will get playing time, whether it be in this year or next. He will make an impact on this lacrosse program. 2 minutes left. What has been a dominating game for the Irish from an opening face-offs till now. Their attack has been spectacular.
It took them less than a minute to get that first goal, and they've really just never let up.
Change of possession. Now as the Vikings look to try and build some momentum into the closing minutes.
Yeah, the 25 goals for tonight for Notre Dame, the most they've scored in any game in the 2020s. Just give you a sense of how dominant this offensive effort has been. Mentioned returning almost 80% of their production last year, adding in an elite scorer in Devin McLean. I feel comfortable in saying.
Got plenty preseasons, one in Dobson in preseason midfielder of the year, along with Entenmann. So you got potentially two pocketed there, Andrew.
Yeah, and they won this game without getting any points from Dobson, who had 45 last year. And certainly someone that Notre Dame expects will be firing all cylinders throughout this campaign, but just shows you how deep this team is. Even with one of their best players maybe having a bit of an off night, they still put up over 24. They can wind it out from here.
Irish from face-off till final horn have been dominant. They'll walk away with one win in their pocket as they begin their title defense. Andrew, it was dominating for this Irish defense.
It absolutely was. Exactly what you wanted to see from Notre Dame. They did not overlook this game. Cleveland State has played a couple of strong games to start this season. Had a couple moments in this one, but the Irish just overpowered them for the full 60 minutes. It was really a complete game for Notre Dame.
For our producer, Doug Thompson, our director, Leanne Kite, for my broadcast partner, Andrew McGinnis, I'm Jay Byron saying so long from the Loftus Sports Complex. Irish picking up right where they left off a season ago, winning 25-3 over the Cleveland State Vikings. So long from South Bend.